Welcome to the second round of gift opening. For the second round of gift opening, we have our second cocktail. The first one, of course, was for me, the old-fashioned, my personal favorite. Had a bit of feedback from you all, which I think has been positive. I know that it gave my brother-in-law a great excuse to buy a nice new bottle of bourbon. So you're welcome, Andrew, and I'm sorry, Katie. So the second cocktail that we have is one for Katie. So obviously, this being pregnancy, Katie cannot have alcohol. We have a few things saved for the moment we give birth and come back here. But obviously,
Did we?
Yeah, we did, yeah. The quad that's in the garage, a couple other things. And so we're going to make a mojito. Because mojitos are delicious if you have the rum, and they're still delicious even if you don't have the rum. So if you're looking for something on the non-alcoholic side to have with the shower, mojito is a great idea for that. And I'll be mixing this up for you all and showing you how I make a mojito.
Or a fojito.
Or a fojito in this case. We're calling it a fojito. Awesome. Yeah.
All right.
So, mojito has just a couple of primary ingredients. You've got most essentially your mint, your sugar, and your lime. That's what makes a mojito taste like a mojito. So for mint, if you're fortunate like my folks to have mint in the garden and a plethora of mint in the garden, I'm very jealous of you. If not, I just got one of those clamshells with some mint in it. I have already taken that off the stem, and so we're going to use 6 to 8 leaves. Some of these are pretty small, so it's kind of a whole sprig worth of mint. You really do want some nice mintiness here in the mojito, so put that in the bottom of your glass. Reserve back a little sprig, make that a bit of a garnish there. We've got sweetener of choice. We're actually going to be using stevia today. That actually helps to keep the mojito a little bit lighter as well. So, stevia, sucralose, table sugar, whatever you want. About a tablespoon if you're using table sugar, fine table sugar if you can get it, because it will actually muddle easier. Or, of course, you can certainly use simple syrup. And a little over a half an ounce of simple syrup would probably do it for the mojito. So take your sugar, drop that in there. And then the third most important ingredient, like I said, is the lime juice. Fresh squeeze some lime so I can really sort of measure it out. I'm going to measure out an ounce of fresh squeezed lime juice. If you don't want to measure it, roughly a good sized lime. Squeeze that whole thing. That'll give you about an ounce worth of lime juice. So measure it out here. Perfect. That looks good. And then we're going to muddle it all together. So again, here's an actual muddler. If you don't have an actual muddler, the back end of a spoon can work. A pestle from a mortar and pestle, if you really get down into there with it, is also nice. But the nice thing about a muddler is that it's got a little bit extra in terms of grit on the bottom of it, which helps to speed up the muddling process and is a little bit longer. Unlike a pestle, where you really have to dig down in a tall glass like this. So you want to muddle until you get the sugar dissolved. That's a pretty fine packet of sugar or stevia. And so we're going to call that good. So gently tap that off. Then for this, now is about when you would add 2 ounces of light rum, so like Bacardi Silver. But obviously being a fojito, we are going to just add club soda. With this, practice real mojito. Use some nice light rum. But club soda also tastes good in this. So take your ice. We're going to put the ice in there. Top it off with ice. Like that, like so. There we go. We're going to call that good. And then fill the rest of it with some club soda. Perfect. Use a spoon. Stir some of that around. Really get it nice and mixed up. Add a lime wedge on the side as one garnish. Drop the sprig of mint in the middle as your second garnish. And you've got yourself a pretty nice looking and hopefully great tasting fojito.